Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we will read chapter 22, page 100, The Mughals. Dear students, in this chapter, the focus is on six main rulers of Mughal Empire: Babur, the founder; Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb. These rulers ruled over the subcontinent. Before coming towards the lecture, we should have an idea about the subcontinent, that how many countries were the part of subcontinent at that time. A small part of Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh was the part of the subcontinent at that time. What type of people we have over there? There was diversity of people and culture. It was extremely difficult for any ruler to accomplish his rule. Mughals controlled nearly all the subcontinent from 1526 to 1707, but after 1707, the Mughal Empire started collapsing. After Aurangzeb, it started to collapse. We will discuss from Babur to Aurangzeb in this chapter. So let's start about the first Mughal emperor, Babur. So first we have the Mughal Empire started in the subcontinent. They were very dominant in 17th and 18th century in India. They were the descendant of Mongols. The population was about 110 to 130 million. They were sophisticated, having mixed Indo-Persian culture. We are going to discuss about the founder of the Mughal Empire, that was Babur. The first we have is Babur. Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur was born in 14 February 1483. This is the map of the subcontinent at the Babur's time. The Mughal Empire was founded by Babur. Zahiruddin Babur was born on 14 February 1483. He founded the Mughal Empire after his victories at the Battle of Panipat in 1526 and the Battle of Khanwa. He was a direct descendant of Taimur from the Barlastan through his father, and also a descendant of Genghis Khan through his mother. Now we will discuss about the Battle of Panipat. The first Battle of Panipat was fought between Sultan Ibrahim Lodi of Delhi and the Mughal invader Zahiruddin Babur on April 21st in 1526. Ibrahim fought with a big army of 1 lakh soldiers, whereas Babur possessed only 12,000 soldiers but had cannons in a fair number. The supremacy in the art of fighting, the organization of force, and the deadly use of cannon won for Babur a decisive battle over Ibrahim Lodi. Lodi was killed, and Delhi and Agra passed on to the hands of Babur, who led the foundation of Mughal rule. Next we have the picture of the cannons used by the Babur's army. These cannons were the invention of Sultanate Osmania. Babur died at the age of 46 years in 1530 and is buried in Kabul. His empire stretched across northern part of the subcontinent from Afghanistan to the Bay of Bengal. Babur passed away in 1530. Babur was first buried in Agra, but as per his wishes, his remains were moved to Kabul and reburied. This was about your first Mughal emperor, Babur. Now the second we have is the Humayun. Humayun was born in Kabul in 1508. He was the only son of his mother. After Babur's death, his son Humayun got the throne at the age of 22. He was an educated ruler. He knew Persian, Turkish, and Arabic language. He turned towards other disciplines of knowledge. He was especially interested in mathematics and astronomy. Now come to the administrative problem faced by Humayun during his time period. Treasury was almost exhausted. Babur spent all the wealth in fighting against rebel, conquest, and the public works. Babur was a powerful ruler, whereas Humayun was considered a weak ruler, which changed the political scene. Babur had advised Humayun to always good to his brothers. Accordingly, Humayun divided his kingdom into 4 parts. In this divided kingdom, when Humayun was in hot waters, none of his brothers came to rescue him. Now we will discuss about the Sher Shah Suri who attacked over the Humayun Empire. Sher Shah Suri was the son of a noble of Jaipur in Bihar. His real name is Farid. He was an ambitious general. He aimed at driving the Mughals out of India to re-establish Afghan power. He defeated Humayun 2 times, once at Chausa in 1539 AD and the other time in 1540. He was a brave warrior and a very successful general. Sher Shah administration. Sher Shah was a brilliant administrator. He introduced many reforms and innovations in the administration of the country. Some of these are mentioned below. He paid to his army, both soldiers and the officers, salaries in cash regularly. For the general welfare of the people, Sher Shah Suri built many roads like the Grand Trunk Road. He introduced gold, silver and copper coins known as Tanka or Rupiah at that time. He started the new postal system by using horses. These are some other reforms of the Sher Shah Suri. When Sher Shah Suri died in 1545, he was succeeded by Islam Shah, who ruled till 1555. His successor Adil Shah Suri was finally defeated by Humayun in 1555. Humayun marched into India in 1555 and recaptured Delhi. In 1556, after getting back his empire, he fell down from the stairs of his library in Agra and died. Now, I am going to give you homework that you have to do in your rough copy. The first that you have to do is the reading. Do reading of page number 100 and 101. The second that you have some questions that you have to do in your rough notebook. Who was Nasiruddin Humayun? And the second question that you have is, what was the real name of Sher Shah Suri? Students, that was all about our today's lecture. We discussed about the Babur, the second Mughal emperor Humayun, and the Sher Shah Suri, that was not a Mughal ruler but was a attacker. And after Humayun, that how the Humayun take his empire back from the Sher Shah Suri. And again there was a rule of the Mughals in the subcontinent. The remaining Mughal emperor we will discuss in our next lecture, inshallah. Goodbye, take care, Allah Hafiz.